Louisiana Auctioneer Licensing Board versus Broker Phipps, license number 1617, docket number 13003. Can I have both parties make their appearance on the record?
You got a quorum.
We got four, okay, all right. Anna down for the board.
Go with Phipps, and no auction.
Okay, and before we proceed, if you want, go ahead and introduce yourselves on the record again and establish there's a forum since our numbers keep changing.
Darlene Jacobs from New Orleans.
Buddy Christian. Jeff Anderson.
Mr. Phipps, you've been accused of violating Louisiana Revised Statute 373121, Section 12, and Louisiana Auctioneer Licensing Statute, Section 3125B. Heard me explain the hearing process earlier. Are there any preliminary matters before we?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, Mr. Phipps, I'm going to go ahead and swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. You can have a seat, Ms. Downer, and proceed with our case.
Yes, this is a matter, I think everybody has received a copy of the original complaint in this matter. Also, the complaint also included the two sets of checks with regard to Grand Ole auction on a Iberia account, which I'm going to pass out today. I'm going to caution the board, however, that the account numbers are not public record and should not be leave with you. We'll have to redact them. There's no reason you should leave with these copies. This is part of the complaint served on Mr. Phipps and on the subject of the proceeding. The allegation of the board in this matter is that Scott Jones contacted the board this year. He provided the two copies of his checks drawn on Grand Ole Auctions account at Iberia Bank on in November 2012. Those are check number 2141 and 2142. Which you can provide a copy of. And you have another check here from Kathy Enterprises, 3065. It is the same account number. Kathy Enterprises did file a formal complaint in 2010 at the time this particular check was drawn. The company withdrew its complaint once this check amount was paid. The complaint alleged at that time that he was a consignor and this was his payment for consigned goods. You'll see also when I spoke with Mr. Jones directly, Mr. Jones first of all stated that after notifying the board, I contacted Mr. Phipps, put him on notice that we received this. Mr. Jones advised me after that he did receive payment after the board contacted him. And in both of these cases, as far as I know, from what I was told by both complainants, nothing was paid until the board got involved. The board is not a collection agency for consignors. That's why I wanted to bring this matter to the board and make them aware of it. I believe that the defense provided to date by Mr. Phipps is that this account is not his escrow account, and that I believe you made good on all three of these checks. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As you know, our statute looks dimly on paying consignors with NSF checks, and I would ask the board today to discipline Mr. Phipps based on these checks being paid out of his account. And you'll see on the checks this Grand Ole Auction, which is the name of his auction house.
How long did it take him to make the checks good?
That's a question you'll have to ask Mr. Phipps. All I can tell you is that we notified him, and when I checked with Mr. Jones on the top one, and a few weeks after that, the matter had been taken care of. But you'll see, we were not contacted. These were faxed to us. If you look at the fax information at the top, on June 30th, 2013, the checks were actually paid or documented on 11/23/12.
Mm.
After we contacted them, they were paid in June and July. One from 2010. When he notified us, it was paid after we sent notice to Mr. Phipps. No, 2010. I think it was actually paid in 2011, but after he notified us. And I'll let Mr. Phipps put on his case, but I need to cross-examine him with regard to the payments on these particular checks.
Did you want to introduce this?
Yes. We'll go ahead and introduce the Scott Jones checks, 22141 and 24142. They're copied on one page as Exhibit Board A, and the check on to Kathy Enterprises number 1259 on October 1st, 2010 as Board B.
Do you have any objections to
No.
Board A and Board B?
No.
That'll be admitted. Good report. Mr. Phipps, you can go ahead and present your defense now.
Yes. First of all, to the board, I want to apologize for being here in this situation. I had a stroke back in 2009, so if I get talking too fast, please ask me to slow down. First of all, this Catherine company did not sell any consignments of mine at all. That was stuff that came to my place. I buy a lot of merchandise. I have a junk auction. I don't have no state auction, real estate auction, or antique auction. I have a junk auction. I'm retired from the medical field next year, and I love the auction. I did not sell any consignment to this Catherine Industries at all. I bought merchandise that was all damaged and all that stuff. I've paid for that merchandise twice already. Because you think anybody in 2010 would not come after money to get it was paid. Then I paid it again because I got scammed. But that's not y'all's fault or my fault. I'm here to say that I have never, I've written a lot of stuff out of that account. I have a lot of bad checks in my I have 60 employees in auction business because I have flea markets. So what I do is I sign a lot of checks. That's my fault, not y'all. You know, because I work every day in the medical field. And so what I do is I do it and things come in, it wasn't right. Scott Jones talked to the lady from the auction board and told her, text her, I believe, that he didn't want to pursue this anymore. I sent this board to the medical board, to the license board, that it was not my escrow account. I've had an escrow account for Capital One and wrote thousands and thousands of checks from day one since I've been auction business. I have never bounced a check on that. Yes, on this account I bounced a check because I signed a lot of checks for my employees. But I bought merchandise that was not right, and they told me it was all right, so I didn't, and they would have pursued me. Mr. Scott Jones is my friend. If I don't lose my license, it will be at my auction Monday night. If I don't lose my license today. Yes, I did. Now let me just say this: I did write a check that I did wrong, and I told Miss Down I could apologize to her about it. Out of that escrow, out of that account that I signed, I had an auction. I had to go back to the hospital. I didn't have an auction on a Monday night. And so they were paid consignments, they wrote the check to the people, they did, and all that. But as far as selling this stuff, it's not a consignment stuff. I promise you can go to my auction, I'll find everything I sell is by the book. I got in trouble with this board one time, you know, and I got the utmost respect for it, and believe me, I plan to retire to become an auctioneer if I don't lose my license today. But I did not do anything intentionally, I promise y'all that.
Can I ask you a question? What are you doing in the medical?
I manage auctions.
Okay, and I see 3 checks here. One to Catherine Enterprises, October 1st. Another one to Scott Jones. Don't see a date on that. Another one to Scott Jones, dated 11/23. Were all 3 of these checks NSF?
Yes, ma'am.
And were all 3 of them?
Well, yeah, but they were paid off immediately. They were paid off because the merchandise was bad. I didn't go through my auction. One thing I told the the auctioneer board, I will eliminate my grand old auction account. But what I do is I have Phipps escrow account that I do for my auction.
Okay, but how long did it take you to make these NSF
Good,
checks?
really quick.
What is quick, a day, 2 days, 3 days?
A week.
A week.
But I paid that one spot. Look, but I did now, let me just say this, because I did tell Ms. Dow, and she's been fair about everything. I did write a check out of that account that I shouldn't have did, but I didn't write it, but I signed it. It was an escrow, it didn't go out to my escrow. So I want to clarify that with her, I did do that.
Okay.
But you said you paid this in a week, this check was dated November 23rd, 2012.
That's correct.
But I paid it, I'm telling you, these are
Did you
set,
bring
these
the
are
new check,
big.
do you have a copy of the new check that you brought that you paid and made it good?
No, but I mean, I got, on my phone, where I did wire the money, and I found out about it.
You wired him the money?
Huh?
You wired him the money?
Yes, ma'am, I mean, I can call him right
I
now.
just want to know what day did you wire him?
As soon as I found out about it, probably a week or two later, I mean, I really, I don't work during time to deal with this lady named Dee. That's my fault, it'll never happen again.
As of June, you had gotten the money.
That's correct. That's what we were told, and he provided the checks at that time.
That's quite a while, a long period of time, that's like 2 weeks.
If you paid him a week or two more.
But I didn't sell it to my auction man. It was not sold to my auction. This is merchandise I bought out for Mr. Kavanaugh. Merchandise I bought
Scott
out.
Jones,
Merchandise I bought out.
you bought from Mr.
Yeah, I bought.
In other words, as an individual, you bought. But
It's
you still
individual.
get-
My
you still
only
get-
wrong thing, I'm wrong here, I did, and I'm telling you right now, I'm guilty of out of that account, writing a check to a consignment, it wasn't bad. These guys here, if the stuff was good and all that stuff, I mean, I'm telling you, I buy stuff from these people, it did not come to my auction.
Is this a free market vendor or something you buy?
Yes, sir, out of
Is
Texas,
it Scott Jones?
out of Texas, he's a hawk, yes, sir.
He's a hog.
Yes, sir. He brings stuff to my sell, I buy a lot of stuff. Right, because I try to run everything through my own auctions.
Why? You got the flea market, why do you write auction checks on the flea market?
The flea market's called Grand Old Flea Market. It's not, my only fault here is that, like I told Ms. Dow and the lady with the auction board, that I'm going to close this account. I did not close it because I sent her a letter on July 8th what I was going to do, and then I got the thing, so I did close it after this was over.
Do you have a trust account
Yes, sir.
for your auction?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're good enough for you.
Yes, sir, I have one right here. Now, I did do something wrong now. I did write a check out of that account for a consignment that I told her I did not. I want to get out of my chest for it, because I did. So I mean, I'm guilty of that.
This is flea market stuff
Yes, sir.
you bought from a flea market hall,
Yes, sir.
who I guess is a picker.
No, he buys new merchandise, like that cafe, it's all established merchandise.
So this is all flea market stuff. You should have been paid out of a flea market account, but you paid it out of Grand Old Auction.
Yeah, because I write a lot of stuff out of it, rent and everything out of it. But I did not miss out. I did right, because I told you I did.
I think we've got that, Mr. Phipps.
I wanna make sure
Thank you
that-
for being so
I
forthcoming.
move that we go into executive session.
I just
I
wanted to
think Ms. Dow had some questions.
Now, Mr. Phipps, this is not the first time you've appeared before this board.
No, ma'am.
You were on your probation for a while because you failed to keep adequate records of at your auction.
Yes, ma'am.
And you filed an affidavit at that time saying you'd accidentally thrown away all your records.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you keeping your records now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your testimony today, as I understand it, is that Scott Jones did not consign for an auction.
He has in the past, but this stuff was not consigned to an auction, ma'am. Yes.
But why did you then write it on an auction, Grand Old Auction account?
That is not, that's the name of the company, it's Grand Old Auction.
I understand, your name of your food maker is Grand Old Auction.
Right.
And, basically, your letter to me on July 8th stated that you were going to close that account and
Yes,
start a
ma'am.
new account.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you done that?
No, ma'am, because I just stated a while ago, I didn't close it because then I had a period. And if I closed it, it would have probably made me, well, my attorney told me it would have made me look bad. I'll just come here and then do it afterwards. I would change my name, my flea market and all that stuff. I'd change it all.
Now, also, we had an earlier complaint, I think, that dealt with the fact that you had not issued checks at all on it to a consignor.
Exactly.
That was on Linda Pereira, that was in 2009. We had a hearing on that also.
I didn't have it, I was,
Okay.
the only time I've been here was one time. It's for the, it was an active records on the slot machine. There was an antique slot machine that came that record keeping at that time. That was only 2 times I've been here. That was the only 2 times I've been here. And it was all at one time, both times at one time.
And were you prosecuted for that antique, that slot machine?
Yes, I would, but it got held with verification and all that.
Okay. And that's been all cleared up?
Yeah, it got it all cleared up, and I said, oh, yes, it is. In fact, even the fact they thought it was stupid because it was like 18 or something, you know. And that was 2 years after I sold it.
All right, for these two, let's talk with Scott Jones just briefly. You paid Mr. Jones for the items prior to the auction or after the auction? At which, or you're saying they weren't sold?
Always
at
before the
all?
auction, I paid for the auction.
Paying for the auction. And then you sold the items at auction.
No, not those items did not sell at auction.
Where else were those?
There was some air conditions and stuff that did not work. That he took back. When he comes, if I don't lose my license today, when he comes back Monday, he's gonna take them back.
And the second time around is Mr. Kathy Enterprises. Your statement is the same thing?
I've never met none of those people that stole it. Brought down to me, they brought down to me, and I never met the job.
Okay. Did you buy items from them prior to an auction?
Yes, ma'am, but never sold at auction.
All right. So you did not sell at auction. Did you pay them after the auction?
No, ma'am, it was not for an auction. There's 2 different issues here, ma'am, and I'm probably confusing. I have a flea market, I have 3 flea markets. I have 3 flea markets and auctions. And my problem is right now, I'm using Grand Ole Auction, is the flea market, Grand Ole Auction, flea market. I have Grand Ole Auction, U-Haul, I have U-Haul distribution. My deal is, well, if I get through this and I don't get in too bad of trouble here today, I don't lose my life, I'm gonna change my name. I can assure you that.
All right. And you have brought today your escrow account?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the name on the escrow account?
Over Phipps escrow account.
Okay. Does it say auction on it?
They will not do one for auction, and I've had it for the,
Who won't do one?
Capital One, I never,
You an LLC?
no, sir.
Yes, you did one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all. That's all I have for that.
You want to close the statement?
Same as my opening one. I don't think that Mr. Phipps has been here before. There have been some issues with his ability to keep adequate records or basically conduct his auctions appropriately. And I would ask the board to take action against him with that subject.
Mr. Phipps, did you want to make a closing statement?
Yes, I do. I apologize once again for leaving for the board here. You know, I do feel like it might not be the best record for you, but I've been through a lot, and I have somebody doing it for me now. And I apologize for anything, if I did anything wrong. And I really apologize about it, but I do feel like I did have a stroke, but I do have help now doing things, you know, and all that stuff. But I don't feel like I did anything really wrong. If I did, I apologize, you know. That's all I have to say.
Move forward.
I move, yeah, I'll second.
Okay, let's vote on the motion, go into executive session.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I'm ready. I'm gonna call the meeting back to order. This is in Louisiana Auctioneer Licensing Board versus Broker Phipps, license number 1617. Is there a motion to call for a vote on whether to find Broker Phipps in violation of Louisiana Revised Statute 312512? And we'll go with that one first.
There is a motion.
Okay, do I have a second to the motion? Okay, is there any discussion on the motion? Okay, I'll go ahead and call for a vote. All those in favor of finding a violation of Louisiana Revised Statute 37312512, say aye. All opposed, say no.
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 Okay, after voting, let the record reflect that the board has voted not to find Mr. Phipps in violation of Louisiana Revised Statute 37, 3125, Section 12. Is there a motion to call for a vote to find Grover Phipps in violation of Section 3125B of the Louisiana Auctioneers Licensing Statute?
I so moved.
We have a second. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor of finding Grover Phipps in violation of Section 3125B of the Louisiana Auctioneers Licensing Statute, say aye. All opposed, say no.
No.
Okay, after voting, let the record reflect that the board members have voted against finding a violation of Section 3125B of the Louisiana Auctioneers Licensing Statute. And Mr. Phipps, you
Mr. Pepsi, the only thing that saves you is the fact that this guy was not a consignor.
You know, I understand.
You understand
I
that? But if
understand
you come
that.
back here again, you know, your license is gonna be gone, right? Okay.
That's not
I'm going to get an LLC.
You keep your books
Two
in order.
things say go high today, no
Well,
one, no complaint.
Are we
Wait,
all?
are we on the or on the?
Got to make a motion to adjourn to go off.
I make a motion to adjourn.
You go get you an LLC,
Tomorrow morning I'll have
you
one.
go get.
So did they make the motion to adjourn?
Why?
Did they make the motion to adjourn?
You make the motion to adjourn.
Did they make?
Said it was an over.
Thank y'all so much.
I don't know what she did.
Everybody walk this way.